Bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum bum taking elevators. It's the new target, my man. So good. Ugh.
I am Cirrus, and I will not be defeated!
So we already figured out green, blue, and rock?
We haven't quite got blue yet. Show me the vibrati.
Nope, not enough vibrati. So which one are you doing? You're doing rock? And
Rock.
you have 3 numbers that you got from somewhere?
It has to be exactly 20, and 2 in the musical thing were close.
Okay.
And the closest ones to 20 in the musical thing,
There was a 16.
there was a 16, but it has to be 20.
Right.
So the 2 closest ones to 20 were 10-1-6 and 10-6-6. So I thought, cool, they're trying to tell me 10 and 6 are correct.
Try 1, 10, 5.
16?
Yeah, that's the next
But
closest one.
2 are close. So I have to look at 2 and say those are the ones I'm going to...
I don't know, man. I was just going up and down one at a time to see if
But
the
the point is, which 4 do I add where to 1, 10, 5 to get 20? And I would have to correlate that with the other one that's close, and I don't see another candidate for that, really. Unless you go all the way to 25. All right, I give up. I don't really want to do this. Can we just have...
You just gotta start fiddling.
Just read the guide, man. I've fiddled. I've followed the clues. I don't know what else to do. Other than trial and error, and I don't want to sit here all day. We've got lives to live, man.
So you need to figure out which combination is close to the correct one, which you've done. Study the notes to see if you can figure out any clues from what Cirrus wrote. In what order?
Clues he wrote in what order? What?
You're thinking about adding other numbers to get close to 20, but I think you were onto something with your last point.
My last point being?
The next set of numbers that you were going to think about going to.
There was no other ones I thought about going to.
So imagine this is like a sheet of him working things out. And like
The farther he goes down, the closer he is?
Yeah.
So I need to do probably 5, 10, 5?
Well, he's repeating a lot of numbers at the bottom, which means that those are probably right.
Or he's going down the wrong path like we have been for many of our attempts to solve this. And he'll find out he needs to try something completely different. Well, it's not rattling anymore, so we seem to be farther.
But, so which numbers does he repeat the most? Towards the end of his experiments.
You're getting this from the hints, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Okay.
not going all the way down. I'm trying to...
Right. There's a lot of 10 in the middle, and a lot of 10 on the left. 6,
So should we just try
4,
10, 10,
5.
0?
There's a lot of 6, 4, and 5 on the right.
Let's just try 10, 10, 0. Are those both a 10? I mean, I guess even if they were close, they would...
Yeah.
The two numbers that repeat the most are 10 and 5. That repeat the most? What, over the whole set?
Well, I tried 10, 5, 10, and 5. Those are the two closest. I've got nothing, man.
10 and 5 add up to 15. The total should be
you,
20.
Clues.
So the remaining number should be 5.
Yes, thank
so
you.
So 10, 5, 5?
I guess, but that wouldn't have anything to do with any of the clues we've seen. Hang on, before I even try this, because it's going to hurt too much if... I don't want the confusion to hurt my brain. 10, 5, 5. Nope.
Like the numbers in the last 3 sets, the most common repeating numbers are 10 and 5.
On the right side, though. He was like, oh, 10's not working on the left. Let's try that. He said 2 of them were really close. Which 2?
So it must be these 2.
The bottom 2? He said, I don't know when he wrote the note, though. When he wrote the other note, he might have been like 4 behind on this. It's like 2 of them are really close, and then he could have written 4 more on this sheet.
Yeah. So you have to make the jump that this is just a chronological list, and he's been working through it, and 10 and 5, 10 in the middle and 5 on the right are repeated the most. What?
That doesn't make any sense.
Wait a minute.
And then 10, 5, 5, like you said. But that really...
That's opposite of what is shown on the drawing. Maybe does it not matter which...
No, it had to be 10, 5, 5. I tried the other ones. In a very literal sense, that doesn't make sense.
I thought that what they were leaning at is that he's like 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, 5. Oh, maybe that needs to be 5.
Yeah, the one on the left.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you would think if you said, well, maybe it's not absolute proximity to 20, it's what he was working on lately. It's like, oh,
I'm so
he's
freaking
locked
confused.
in the right two numbers, it's the one on the left that's wrong, and I'm like, but it's 20 total. Nothing about this makes sense. I don't understand, but in hindsight, what the logic is.
Okay, so it's... What is it? What did you do?
This doesn't
10,
make any
5,
sense
5?
to me. While this thing is turning, how is this thing still all wibbly, wobbly, jiggly, jam? Like it's pushing it. What force is
Like the
making it
energy
shake?
is pushing it in there, and it's like...
Shouldn't it just be like the spring holds it against the thing and it stops moving and it's just
No, because
held
it's
there?
like... It's not a perfectly in one direction... Shoomp.
Right, but if I compress a spring and then I hold the compressed thing in place with like a metal disc or something, it's not going to go...
But a metal disc is a solid piece.
Right.
Electrical waves are waves, so like the way that they're interacting with
But
the
I'm not
rock.
resonating it anymore. I've stopped resonating it. It just keeps rattling.
Oh, true. I see what you're saying.
Why is it... Okay, well...
Yes. Good point.
Okay. All right, so... We thought it was maybe 10, 4, 6. That's
No,
wrong.
So it's 5, 10, 5 for
It is
rock.
5, 10, 5. And we still don't have blue.
What?
We've been close. But that makes
How
it
about
worse.
317?
That makes it worse.
Does it?
I think so. Let's see. Let's see, he said, wanting to drag this itty-bitty, teeny-tiny...
What?
Yeah! Got it.
Okay, so it did it.
Let's shut this off.
All right. Are you ready to put your clicking and dragging skills to the test?
Oh my gosh, this is going to take some pro gamers. They had to patch this because a lot of people literally couldn't beat it once they solved it because the timers were too fast. So they patched it to slow it down. So this... Get ready for...
But I have a gaming mouse and a gaming keyboard.
Yeah, it was for... I'm sure it was total scrubs. Oh,
Total
they slowed it
noobs.
way down, man. We've got a lot of time. Look how much... Look how much time we have to enter 2 more.
Do 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 do. Can you just like force it? Like when you try to force a kitchen timer? You just grind the gears until it goes ding! Don't need you anymore.
What a violent attitude. How? What?
It's incredible that they can make that teeny tiny little video play.
What?
What just happened?
What?
Are you still on the numbers?
No.
You zeroed everything
Everything's
out?
zeroed out.
What just happened?
Is it bugged? When you back out, does it reset the timer?
I hope not. Let's just watch it until it closes. Do 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 do. Just watching that timer spin around.
I love your little songs, Justin. You bring a special flavor to these moments of dullness. All right. I'm going to back out. It's going to go... Okay. All right. Here goes nothing.
Speed run. Crystal speed run. Are we missing something?
That's what you told me green was. You told me green was 3-12-4. That's written down from last time.
So try 8-12-4 again and see if that does it.
Sure. says I'm nearing... He says he's close on 812.4.
Oh.
So it might not be quite that, but it's close. And 4, the right side has to be less than 5, it said. Oh, got it.
Ta-da!
Okay. So then this is 3. 1. 7. Come on.
Take your time, power generator.
No. We're in trouble.
What are you on?
Rock. It's not even close. Wasn't it 5-10-5 we figured out?
Yeah.
It's not doing anything, man.
I think this thing is bugged. Try 10-5-5. 10-5-5.
That was the one I knew it was that it didn't work.
No.
What?
You didn't write it down.
I wrote it down wrong?
Yeah, that's okay. We probably have enough time. To the max!
Jesus.
That's the melody to Funkytown.
We did it! I swear to God, if we go through this and it goes da 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 da, I'm just gonna be so upset.
Reset.
The whole thing was just to tune an organ so that we could do that. Oh.
Do you feel satisfied?
I mean, in the sense of like, oh man, that bullet's finally out of me. Like, it's that type of like, I'm still post-op.
Like when you dug a splinter out with an X-Acto blade?
Yeah, and it's like, well, I'm still wounded, but at least it's not causing me any more pain. Now I can just stop and heal. Slowly.
Now we're...
Switch from no pawns to pawns. Okay. Activate the subjects. The synthetic subjects. All right.
Interesting problem.
How to explode mother.
Electrical buildup indefinitely, but it loses it as soon as the crystal touches a grounded object.
That's called
Like
static
a
charge.
capacitor?
It's just literally how static electricity works.
Until I can use them.
Interesting. This thing wants to keep a static charge, but then discharges when it touches something. You just figured out rubbing a balloon on your head, Sirius. You're not as smart as you think you are.
That's all he had to do to get out of here. Just rub a balloon on his head.
Should have asked Father for some
grab
rubber.
onto a cloud.
Yeah.
What's this book?
It's an entire journal, and then also we get to... Okay. Oh, great video. Oh, wait. Oh, no,
Does he read it?
This is the reading thing.
Something
right?
has happened. There is a structure
Read to
in the
me.
spire that was not there.
Read to me, Sirius.
It's like Teddy Ruxpin. Put in the Cirrus cassette.
Oh, so it's flipping to like going into the past, right? And in all the other ones, it's like he's talking to himself. So is this him speaking out loud while he writes? Something
has happened.
has
There is a structure in the spire that was not
happened.
there 9 days ago
There
when I sailed off to harvest
is-
more crystals. Its existence is impossible. Yet I have stood inside its foyer and know that it is real. I do not understand how this can be, regardless.
Wait, somehow my father is still alive.
There is
Inconceivable.
a structure in the spire.
Why would he think his father was dead?
I don't know.
They just trapped him in another age, right? They didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not aware that. Is this another retcon? Because none of their plan involved actually killing father. 15 years, still it is not enough for him. I want to read this as old school, sir. This age was nothing when I arrived. Nothing. I am the one who made it livable. All he wants to talk about are the books. Yep, sounds like Atris.
Perhaps if I play upon her guilt, create a sculptural vignette which she can see inside their viewer. If I choose the appropriate memory, it should convince her that I, too, have my regrets.
I have a sister?
I have a sister? I do not know what to think.
I not know how think.
He's keeping his cool better than most people who get locked up alone. And yeah, the journals, the pronouns usually they go away, make Jordan sad read.
Oh, there's a map of the whole place. So he built this whole complex system on this place for what?
He didn't build the whole thing. There was stuff already. So here he dismantled parts of the rock ship network.
Oh.
It's not
In
clear.
the very beginning, it made it sound like there was nothing here, and he built all of this.
It's not clear how much he built completely by himself, because to me it's implausible. You look at everything he's got, and it's like, even in 15 years you couldn't do that. Some of these things you couldn't have built. So I feel like there must have been some little bits and bobs for him to start from. What kind of impression are you getting from this?
From what?
From
The
all
book?
of this?
I mean, they're like telling you the story about the place after you've already seen how it all works.
Right, but remember why Atris called you in the first place?
To wait while he goes and gets some energy packs.
Before the thing he could have set up long before you arrived exploded because he didn't bother to do it until you showed up because he's a procrastinator. Before that, when things were still going according
He was
to plan.
he was viewing his sons or something, and he thought, like, maybe should I let him out?
Right. And why did he want you? Or us?
Because we're his pawns.
Very true. But he wanted a quote-unquote objective, in other words, somewhat competent measure of, like, if they've reformed or not. How do you feel about Sirius's chances of being reformed?
Not good?
For me, I think this is the nail in the coffin is he doesn't want to do this at all, except it's to manipulate Catherine. That's the whole reason he does this. It doesn't seem like he's learned a lot, does it?
Well, I mean, he's been trapped on a prison world for 20 years.
And for 15
You think someone's going to get better in that? Like, is
Here's
this
the
a commentary on our prison system and, like,
Yeah,
how prisons don't work?
According to this, for the first 15 years, he was just in solitary. For 15 years, Atris didn't visit him or anything. So it's like...
He was too busy trying to make baby Yisha.
Like, first I'll see if... First I'm gonna write Relishon for all the duddy. Then I'll find out if my son's starved to death on the Chaos Orb float planet with nothing but rocks to eat. Like,
What has Sears been eating here?
Atris he's
His
got
garden?
he's got a little garden.
And his drugs?
Yeah.
He just lives on amphetamines?
It's really not clear that Atris has good priorities set up.